Human rights actors from across the Kigezi sub-region have expressed deep concern over the increasing infiltration of religion into local electoral politics, warning that the trend threatens democratic values and inclusive governance. The concern was raised during a one-day dialogue held at Chirijime Guest House in Kabale Municipality, organized by the local Sustainable Communities Organization, LOSCO. The event brought together key human rights advocates, security officials, and representatives from civil society organizations under the framework of the Strengthening Citizen Engagement and Public Accountability (SCEPA) project, a 4-year initiative implemented in collaboration with the Uganda National NGO Forum and supported by the Royal Danish Embassy. Speaking during the dialogue, Kigezi Region Police spokesperson ASP Elimate urged the public to reject the growing practice of religious interference in politics, cautioning that some churches are increasingly prioritizing political platforms over their spiritual mission.
About why more politics than even the religious issues in church. You know, that's why you said today there is a lot of fundraising. When you mention something in church, if you have 5 politicians, the program will be run by those people. We are the program we are if you don't do any program within this period, we succeed in the future. And we should condemn it. Religion in politics, we should all condemn it at all levels.
He noted that when politicians front religion in their agenda, it creates a risk of discriminatory leadership, contrary to the principle that leaders must serve all citizens equally.
I'm looking at, if I want to stand and I start bringing in religion, Chamanisangwa, you will be serving discriminatory for the I mean. When you are serving, you will not serve equally and fairly. You are already discriminating. And you know, one of our pillars in human rights is non-discriminatory.
Henry Twinomjuni, director of the Community Empowerment Initiative (COME) in Ruchiga district, criticized the current state of the Interreligious Council of Uganda, which he described as largely non-functional due to lack of funding. He noted that if the government financially empowered the Interreligious Council, it could play a key role in countering the fusion of religion and politics.
The Interreligious Council is non-functional. The question is, why is it non-functional? The issue is, it is not funded. If the government can allocate some few resources to make it functional, it can be. Habokuba Electoral Commission never start engaging aharurengo rwayo. If the Electoral Commission in their budget puts in money to do civic education, then they can even put in money to call the Interreligious Council bodies, the members who are in, and then they give them information. There is nothing difficult on that.
Twinomjuni also called for robust partnerships between the government and civil society organizations to conduct widespread civic education. He stressed that communities, religious leaders, and politicians need to be educated on the dangers of politicizing religion as it hampers development and breeds division.
We need to start giving, as she said, if we can do civic education, what kind of a leader do we want? Do we need people who are going to add value to the religion, or people who are going to add value to our communities? And in general, the community benefits, including the religious leaders and the religion that is within that area.
Dorothy Kesime, another participant, decried the community's poor understanding of leadership roles. Presenting her observations, she highlighted that people tend to value leaders who contribute to burials, parties, or give them alcohol, rather than those who serve with integrity and accountability.
We need to add a stone and ensure that the citizens in the communities, or even us, we are civically conscientized. The reason that most of us do not appreciate that we have leaders who are left behind just because of a number of issues like religion and even the current commercialization of politics that we see, is because we do not understand. So key to note, the key points that I bring out is that we need to work hand in hand. All the stakeholders should add a stone to ensure that the citizens are conscientized, they know what the roles of the leaders are, such that they are able to select those leaders that are able to deliver regardless of the religions they belong to.
Anita Nisima from Key Corruption out of Uganda appealed to citizens to reject voter bribery and religious bias in politics, emphasizing the need to choose leaders based on service delivery, not based on what denomination they belong to or what token they give during campaigns.
If they buy your vote, definitely you won't get the service delivery. Then if you consider religion, then definitely we are not getting what we want.
LOSCO Executive Director Albert Taremwa emphasized the importance of citizen engagement in governance. He said that the dialogue is about building stronger communication between civil society and government agencies so that citizens' voices are not only heard but also acted upon.
We call on all of you, community members, leaders and fellow civil society actors, to take this as a corrective opportunity to amplify citizen voices and shape a governance system that works for all. Together, let us continue to organize, engage, and build a society.
The meeting served as a platform to mobilize citizens towards holding public institutions accountable, fostering transparency, and curbing corruption through participatory governance. This story was compiled by King Solomon Tuinamasko and Nobat Ndiamhachi for Kigezi Television.